As a financial expert, I get asked a lot if we're going to enter a recession similar to 2008. And I always say no because the 2008 recession was very much centered on subprime mortgages and the housing market. But I do think we are entering a sort of subprime bubble. However, this bubble is very much centered around credit and buy now, pay later and short term debt loans. And the playbook is actually very similar to the subprime mortgage crisis that happened in 2008, where mortgage companies were giving loans to people who couldn't afford them because they were not doing meaningful underwriting and they kind of weren't asking or weren't doing their due diligence in understanding what borrowers could actually repay. And they kind of just approved more or less anybody. And then obviously we know what happened in 2008. Buy now, pay later companies are running a very, very similar playbook. For a lot of these services, you do not need to do any sort of credit check. There's really no sort of due diligence into if you can actually pay back these loans. A lot of times it's instant approval. And as we all know, these services are everywhere. At almost every single checkout, they are very accessible and very frictionless. And I think this could potentially come a crisis. And I think that's why regulators in a lot of states are starting to launch investigations into trying to understand how these services are underwriting people and understanding if they can actually pay back these loans. What's so striking about Buy Now Pay Later is just the scale. Like millions and millions of people are using these services, especially young people. Usage is at record highs, and also late fees have started to go up, which is a concerning sign. But what's really unique about the kind of subprime Buy Now Pay Later crisis or bubble is that I think a lot of the damage will be very individual because it doesn't have these reverberating effects like the mortgage market does, for example. So I think in the coming months and years, we're going to see a lot of people with damaged credit and collection calls, and it will be a lot more of these like individual crises.